Okay, so let's continue with the problems. Problem 22, minus 11 equals minus 8 plus v over 2. So once again, we divide this. I'd like to put a nice dotted line where the equal sign is to know that I have to get all the things I know on one side and all the things I don't know on the other side. So this bugger goes here, right? So minus 8, I'm going to add 8. And here I'm going to add 8. So minus 11 plus 8 equals minus 3. Equals minus 8 plus 8 equals 0. We don't write it down. Equals v over 2. So if I want to get rid of this 2, what I'm going to do is multiply by 2, and here multiply by 2. And just to let you know, sometimes it gets confusing over here. What's going on over here is v over 2 multiplied by 2 really over 1, right? And that equals 2 times v over 2, and you can cross these out because you're dividing. So that's what's going on over here. So that equals v. So 2 times minus 3, right? When you're multiplying a negative and a positive, it always gives you a negative answer. So 2 times minus 3 equals minus 6, and v equals minus 6. Am I getting that right? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right. Number 23 now. Minus 16 equals 8a plus 64. Separate this. So we know what this is. It's minus 16. We know what this is. This is 64. We don't know what the heck this is. 8a. What is 8a? It could be anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss this minus 64 over. Minus 64. Because here it's plus 64 to cancel it. I'm going to do minus 64. And here I'm going to do minus 64 also. So minus 16 minus 64 equals minus 16 minus 8. That equals minus 80. Equals 8a. So 8a, if we want to get rid of 8 times a, we divide it by 8, and that will cross it out. So I'm going to divide that by 8, divide that side by 8. So minus 80 divided by 8 equals minus 10, equals 8a divided by 8 equals a. And that is the right answer. 24. Minus 2x minus 3 equals minus 29. Divide this. So we got to get rid of this minus 3 right here, right? So we're going to add 3, and here we're going to add 3 because we want to get everything we know on one side and everything we don't know on the other. So minus 2x equals, right, because this cancels out, minus 29 plus 3 equals minus 26. Here I'm going to divide by 2, right? Because this is really minus 2 times x. So we want to divide by minus 2 to give us a 1. Basically, we want to, when we divide these things, we want a 1, which is why I didn't do minus 2 over 2, right? Minus 2x over 2, because I would get a negative x. I don't want a negative x. I want just x. Minus 2x divided by minus 2 equals x. When you divide a negative by negative, you get a positive. Equals minus 26 divided by negative 2 equals 13. Is that the answer? Yes, it is. 25, 56 plus 8k equals 64. So all right, so we have here the 56. We'll do minus 56, minus 56, 8k equals 64 minus 56 equals, for 10 points, it equals 8. 8k divided by 8, 8 divided by 8, k equals 1, right? Because 8 times k, to get rid of the 8, you have to divide by k, equals 8 over 8. So anything divided by the same number equals 1, right? That's that. 8k divided by 8, we remove the 8s because there's one on the bottom, one on the top. If you divide 8 by 8, that equals 1. But we don't say 1k, we just say k. So that goes here. 26 minus 4 minus 3n equals minus 16. So we don't know this bugger, so we got to get rid of this bugger. So that would be minus 4. What's the opposite of it? What's the reciprocal of minus 4? That's plus 4. And here we have plus 4, so minus 3n equals minus 16 plus 4 equals minus 12. Minus 3n divided by 3 on both sides. Is that right? Because negative 3 times n, you have to divide by negative 3, not negative 3 times n over 3. You have to, when there's a negative on top, there has to be a negative on the bottom, because when you divide a negative by negative, you get a positive, and we need a positive 1 here, because we want this to become 1 times n, right? And which is n, because we want to know what n is. So this crosses out, it's here. Negative divided by negative equals negative 4, and that should be the answer. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. 27 minus 2x plus 4 equals 22. So here we go. Minus 4, right? We got to get rid of this guy. So we get minus 2x plus 4 minus 4 equals 0 equals 22 minus 4 equals 18. To get rid of this negative 2x and turn it just into x, we divide by negative 2. Here we divide by negative 2. So once again, I'm going to re-explain the exact same thing over again, because that's what we do here. Minus 2 times x divided by negative 2. When you have products like this, you can eliminate this, and that turns into 1 equals x. And in reality, it's x. Equals 18 divided by negative 2. Since it's a positive being divided by negative, the answer is going to be negative. 18 divided by negative 2 equals negative 9. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. We're just flying through these problems. I know it sucks, but you have to do it. 67 equals 5m minus 8. Once again, we don't know what this is. We know what this is. We know what this is. So we're going to just move this bugger over. And we will do that by adding 8 on both sides. And we're left with 75 here, right? 67 plus 8. Then minus 8 plus 8 equals 0. So we're left with 5m. And of course, we're going to divide now. Divide by 5 both sides. And m will equal 15. Is that the right answer? Did I get that right? Yes, I did. All right, so that was number 28. So now number 29. Minus 20 equals 4p plus 4. What's going on here? So first thing we do, poof, we divide. And what don't we know? We don't know what this guy is. So that'll stay on this side. We got to get rid of this 4, plus 4 minus 4, and here we'll minus 4 also. So that equals minus 20 minus 4 equals minus 24, right? 4p we bring down, plus 4 minus 4 equals 0, and that's it. And here, once again, divide by 4, divide by 4. Now a negative divided by a positive equals a negative. 24 divided by 4, negative 24 divided by 4 equals 6, negative 6. Here we cross that out. P equals negative 6. Is that right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Math is about patterns that reoccur. And once you've figured out what the pattern is, you become very good at it. Until you figure out the pattern well, which is usually a result of a lot of practice, it's very hard. 9 equals 8 plus x over 6. Oh, the fraction, big fraction, those ones are always scary. All right, so. All right, so we need to get rid of this 8. So we subtract 8 from both sides. 8 minus 8 equals 0. We don't have to write that down. 9 minus 8 equals 1. So that equals x over 6. Now, when we divide by something, right, if I take 8 and I divide by 2, I get 4. If I want to bring it up back to 8, I will multiply by 2, right? So, if I have something and I divide by 6, I will have to multiply to bring it back to whatever it was before the division. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply by 6 both sides. Here I'm going to get 6. Here I'm going to get x times x over 6 times 6 over 1, right? I can do that, and I get x over 1, which is really x equals 6. So that is good. 31 now. Minus 5 equals 3 plus n over 2. We're going to get rid of this 3. So subtract 3 on both sides. This crosses out. Minus 5 minus 3 equals minus 8 equals n over 2. To get rid of this n, we're going to have to multiply both sides by 2. And that 2 times minus 8 equals minus 16. Remember, positive times a negative equals a negative. And then n divided by 2 times 2, which is really n over 2 times 2 over 1. You cancel these buggers out, and you get n over n. Or if you want to do it the long way, you're going to get n times 2, 2 times 1. See how I did that? And I end up with n over 1 equals n, because anything divided by 1 is that number, n. Is that right? Is that the good answer? Yes, it is. Very pleased about that. 32 now. Number 32. That looks harder. M over 4 minus 1 equals negative 2. Now, they're playing with us because they're putting the fraction at the beginning. That's meant to scare us. But once again, so if I need to get rid of this negative 1, I have to add 1. I have to add 1 to both sides. So I get m over 4 equals minus 2 plus 1 equals minus 1. Once again, m over 4, if I want to get rid of that over 4, if I want to get rid of that divided by 4, I have to multiply by 4. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. So the result here is negative 4. Here, more complicated, 4 over 1 multiplied by m over 4. 4 times m equals 4m. 1 times 4 equals 4. Cross that out, right? 4 divided by 4 equals 1. I get m equals negative 4. What does that look like? Am I good? Yes, I am. All right, we'll finish off these exercises next video.